of Sidney, Greenville, and Salina. The Sidney Shelby County YMCA. Dr. Zerbank Boslett and Justice of Sidney Family Medicine. Shelby County Collectibles. Mark Nutt Muffler and Tire in Piqua. Tooling Technology of Fort Loramie. Ratterman Custom Home Builders. Shelby Landscaping, and Salmon Electric. Mike, it's interesting not only how Lehman football has evolved as the injured player gets up, 50 Ryan Gardner, but also how the playoffs have evolved. 17 years ago when Lehman got in for the first time, the first game you played, if you qualified, was the regional final.
Yeah, it's really developed with the extra teams and a real playoff atmosphere. I mean, it's a real chance for a lot of other schools to get this kind of flavor and feel for playoff football, and it's been exciting, the expanded playoffs, and it's been fun to be part of it. And this Cavalier crowd across the way understands that kind of excitement and fever as their team down just by 6 with less than 4 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Great crowd tonight from Sidney, Piqua, and beyond. This is 3rd and 11 off the loss of 4 on the aborted option play. See if Tribble wants to throw it. He goes straight back, couple of step drop, slant pattern incomplete. I believe looking for Courtney Reed. We'll double check it. Yes, it was.
Pass to Reed, incomplete.
Pass incomplete, similar to the one they hit during the first series of the game. This will be 4th and 11, and Mike, this is a couple of punts now.
All right, Lehman really needs to take advantage of how well their defense is playing here. Just missing out an opportunity to score earlier, and now they're going to have the ball probably on this side of the 50.
Ivory number 4 is the punter. Johnson's the up back. You don't even think about fake down here. High snap. Cavaliers come. Not a very good kick. Hewitt will take it on the bounce at the 48. 45 to the 40. Out of bounds there. That's a pretty good job. He negated any further roll and got 10 yards on top of it. Great field position for the Cavs, who are still within 6 points.
Lehman at the 39 of North College Hill.
A scoreless third quarter, I might add.
Yeah, that's what it's been. 3:30 exactly on the scoreboard. If Lehman wins, we'll check out the setup for next week and certainly hope that we can join you. If the weather's bad, that changes our picture dramatically. Hewitt tries to go outside. He's collared by 5, Donnie Johnson. Got a gain of a couple on the play. We'll go to 2nd down.
Gain of 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 from the 37 for Lehman.
At the 3-minute mark of the third quarter, Sager splits to the bottom. I formation. Wing to the right side. Dembski calls it. Hand off on the counter play back this way with Nickel. He'll get a couple. But again, wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. Last man up is Julian Rollins, number 22. This will now be 3rd down, 6 yards to go, as each of the first 2 plays have netted but 2 yards.
3rd down and 6 on the 35 for Lehman.
Football squarely at the 35-yard line toward the right hash mark. This field gets a lot of use, including soccer. Honestly, it's in pretty good shape for mid-November. Dembski rolls out to the right to throw. Unloads it, the ball tips, Sager gets it. Sager makes the catch at the 25-yard line. Stays inbounds, so they'll reset the chains and then resume the clock. But Lehman with a fresh set of 4, big conversion on 3rd and 6.
The linebacker got out there and knocked the ball up in the air, and Sager stayed right with it, so wide open. He was able to recover and pick off his 4th reception of the night, including add one more an interception, and he's having quite a night.
Yep. Pro I formation for the Cavs. Dembski hands it off to Hewitt. Got some room to the left. Cuts back inside, gets down to the 14-yard line. One of his linemen over there to help him, 52, Nick Shappy. The gain will be to the 14 with Rollins on the stop. That will move the chains once again on the pickup of 11. 1st and 10 from the North College Hill 14-yard line. 1:40 showing in the period. Cavaliers want to move on next week in all likelihood. against either Marion Pleasant or Liberty Center. The announcement to come on Sunday is Badgett ahead. Gets to right around that 10-yard line before there's a log jam that included 74 Ryan Whaley. Also 40 Jamel Turnage.
Gain of 3 yards. Second down.
Football is to the 11-yard line. 2nd and 7. A little bit more real estate to the right of the football. We've been on 26-20 since late in the second period. And it was a whole variety of things before that. This is Hewitt, wide open to the end zone. Touchdown Lehman. They flood the right side, and the Cavaliers bring the ball back to the left. Not the first time it's worked this evening, Mike.
Well, that's the same play he scored on earlier tonight, and he goes in untouched again. Hewitt has scored his 2nd touchdown tonight, and the Cavaliers have tied it.
Justin Sager's PAT will enable the Cavaliers to take the lead. And this is in the final minute of the 3rd quarter, setting up a dandy finish potentially. We talk about how this one almost got away just before halftime, and a lot of positives have taken place for Lehman since then. Haas, Dembski, Sager pushed it a little right, but good.
Kick for extra point.
So the Cavaliers with the lead, 27-26, 53 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. Needless to say, stay tuned. More of our sponsors include FD Lawrence Electric, Minster Bank, Medicine Shop Pharmacy, Geyers Chrysler in Fort Loramie, AAA Shelby County, including Travel to Paradise, Goffney Furniture, Bunny's Pharmacy, First National Bank of New Bremen, Sydney, Bodkins, and Wapakoneta, Holiday Inn of Sydney and Holiday Inn Express of Troy and Huber Heights, Ernst Sporting Goods of Sydney, Piqua, Minster, and Versailles, Dave Wilson, State Farm Insurance, Freshway Foods, Super Subbies, Subs, Salads, and Chili, Myers Garage and Drive-Thru Carry-Out in Newport, People's Federal Savings and Loan Association of Sydney, Downtown, and Walmart, also Anna and Jackson Center. Mike, 13 minutes to go. Lehman +1.
Hewitt's 40th career touchdown run gives the Cavaliers a 27-26 lead. Unbelievable. Lehman's defense playing superbly here in this second half, and the offense rolling despite the interception a moment ago.
Sager's kick, Knuckler, fielded and down. Snow took it on a knee, so he's history, or excuse me, that'll be Tribble, the quarterback. He's history at the 24-yard line. That works out well. We've seen some of those knucklers have interesting results. They hit people on the front line. Guys go to one knee to catch them. And, of course, in high school, that's termination right there.
Cavaliers have not used that line drive off the front line on the kickoff yet tonight, so that's still in the bag of tricks.
Well, that all depends if somebody gets in the way.
Yeah.
53 seconds. The Lehman defense in this half has been superb. North College Hill has punted twice, trying to make it 3 right here. Getting outside is Donnie Johnson, as one of the North College Hill players comes up to the stands to get some inspiration down below us. Donnie Johnson will gain 6, driven out of bounds into the Lehman bench. Schachter, number 1, defender. This will be 2nd down, 4 yards to go.
Johnson had 155 yards at halftime. He has 158 so far for the game now. So they've really done a nice job on him. Only carried the ball 3 times for 3 yards here in the second half.
Play carried out of bounds, so the clock stops with 46 seconds. Shotgun with standing split backs. Lehman brings the blitz. They miss Donnie Johnson, but bring him back inside for a gang tackle. And maybe a gain of a yard. And the Lehman side of the field, which really started to get with the program, the fans I'm speaking of, late in the second period have carried that over. And in this quarter, they've really had some things to cheer for, including and especially the defensive effort. This will be 3rd down, 4. There does not have to be a snap in this period. Not sure if there will be or not. 5, 4. The ball's alive. Tribble back to throw. Unloads over the middle. That's incomplete. Unable to handle it is Turnage. And the clock shows 0. Oh boy. Now the Cavaliers signal that the fourth quarter will be theirs. And the first play of the fourth quarter should be a punt. Mike, take us through 3 periods. We're in good shape with everything at this point in time.
Well, Dave, the Cavaliers running game beginning to assert itself here in this second half. Adam Hewitt now over 100 yards as he's carried the ball 16 times for 105 yards. Tim Badgett, 15 carries now for 75 yards. Lehman in that third period had 6 first downs, only 1 for that high-powered Trojan offense. As you said, they have punted the ball twice and now about to start the fourth quarter with a punt. We mentioned Donnie Johnson, despite the gaudy numbers at halftime, now has 16 carries for 158 yards and really has not been a factor so far in the second half. Quarterback Tribble is only 1 of 3 throwing the football in the second half, and really it's been the Lehman defense that's given the Cavalier offense some opportunities to score, and they've taken advantage of it with 1 score. You know, after we put on 46 points in the first half, just 7 coming in that third quarter between these two teams. But boy, it's going to be a wild final 12 minutes. Lehman leading 27-26 as we begin the fourth quarter.
Ivory will be the punter, and this could be an adventure. Decent snap. The kick end over end. Hewitt should take, nope. It'll take a bounce and pretty well die. Nope, no chance to return that, no doubt about that. So Lehman sets up shop at the 34-yard line.
Where it is 1st and 10, Lehman.
Big possession. Lehman up by 1. Fourth quarter underway.
You know, one thing you wonder about with the Trojan football team, not many players, Dave, and maybe they might get tired in this fourth quarter. See what happens.
Split backs. Dembski rolls to the left on a keeper. Follows Badgett, gets around a corner, close to a first down as he's driven out of bounds. Courtney Reed, number 2 over there, along with Donnie Johnson, 5. Donnie Johnson's been pretty well in check this half. And another injured player.
He's run out of bounds.
North College Hill has had a whole bunch of folks go down.
Officials timeout.
In this particular scenario.
7. In the third quarter, Big Walnut 28.
Cavaliers look at 2nd down 1 after Dembski was put out of bounds. Just like to get some points and also run some clock. Lehman would surely appear to have the capability to do that. This will be Hewitt, sweep to this side, tries to cut it in. Good job on the shoestring by number 4, Ivory. And there will be a loss on the play. We'll go to 3rd down 2, so 2nd and 1. Not able to stand Prosperity. It'll be 3rd and a long 2. At the time of the snap, there will be about 11 minutes to play in the ball game. North College Hill has punted each of the 3 times they've had the ball in this half. Dembski hands it off to Badgett. Straight ahead, first down and then some. Tackle made by Norman, 72. The chains will move as the Cavaliers approach midfield.
And Norman.
1st and 10 at the 47.
Just to emphasize your point, Dave, the Cavaliers have 7 first downs this second half to just 1 for North College Hill.
Yep.
From their own 48.
And that first down was in their first possession. They then went 3 and out after the first down and have been 3 and out twice since. Badgett straight ahead. More good yardage and really taking care of the football as Turnage makes that tackle after a gain of 7. 2nd down, 3 yards to go. It's looking good for Lehman. They advanced to the state semis back in 1993 and played Liberty Center, a super Liberty Center team up in Findlay. Liberty Center was on the short end by 14 to Marion Pleasant, the last report we had. They showed blitz, handoff ahead. Hewitt
Badgett,
or excuse me, Badgett. He'll be close to the first down. Ivory on the play along with Gardner. We'll check the exact spot. And talking to St. Henry coach Tim Beckman last Saturday after he had seen Marion Pleasant handle Delphos St. John's the night before, and he's been around a lot of Division V playoffs over the years, including the state championships at St. Henry. He said he was extremely impressed with Marion Pleasant. He said, quote, "They're the real deal." So that's probably who awaits this winner. This is Badgett keeping it moving. Did he get there? I don't think so. That was on 3rd and short.
Badgett, the ball carrier.
We'll see what kind of a spot he gets. Boy, Dan will give us an eagle eye on that. That's going to be close.
Still think he's short, but you're right, it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Interesting call.
I think he'll have
timeout for measurement.
Several inches. I don't think he's there. Dan gives us our best look. They'll stretch.
Short.
Now, Lehman at least looking like they'll come to the line of scrimmage. I think he's got less than a foot.
Down in inches from the 43 for Lehman.
Less than a foot. They're showing that they'll go for it. And I think this is one of those cases where you might just say, guys, are we going to get it done or aren't we? Dembski brings them to the line. Of course, a long snap count is one of the options. Lehman, a pretty well-disciplined team. But on the other hand, why not just badge it and straight ahead? North College Hill, bunch of people at the line. This is a long count. This is Badgett. He had some collision with the quarterback, but Badgett, after being initially stalled, spun it slightly to the right and would appear to have it by about a yard. See who all he followed there. Brady Bates, also 70. Mark Allen was there.
And Brady Bates was actually the backup there. He gave a little shove, and that was all it needed there.
Took a little courage to do it, but that's one of those where I think you just say, to borrow a popular saying recently, let's roll. You're just about in no man's land for a punt, but on the other hand, you're not that far from midfield, and you only need a few inches. 1st and 10, Lehman. 42-yard line, the spot. Delay to Hewitt. Got some room to the left. He's got a first down and then a couple of yards. Brought down by Snow as he gets to the 30-yard line. Gain of a dozen. 1st and 10 for the 3rd time in the sequence and the 2nd time in as many plays. 8:47 to play. Keep in mind, with the way the extra points have gone tonight, if Lehman scores and makes a kick, they're up 8 and would look very good to at least say that overtime isn't likely, but it might be our worst scenario. 8.5 minutes to go. Cavaliers lead it 27-26. Nickel in motion. This is Badgett. Taking some people along. Stopped by Whaley. That time Andy Ratterman, 62, helped to lead the way for the Cavaliers.
Badgett's next carry will get him over 100 yards. He's at 98.
For the Cavaliers.
2nd and 6 Cavs from the 26. They have to get to the 20. We're under 8 minutes to go. Sager and Shackner are split right. Lone running back is Hewitt. He'll take the football back to the left, finds a little bit of a seam. I believe got about half of what he needed. They'll unstack, and we will credit 62 Devon Wilkins. 6'2", 240, and he looks to weigh more than that.
The ball carrier, tackle on the play by Ryan Gardner.
This will be 3rd and 3, but very, very much in 3-down territory, or 4-down territory. 3 would be a lovely number. And field goal, not a thought here. There wouldn't be a whole lot of percentage in being up 4 points.
Right, because you know a field goal will not beat you by these guys.
Right. It would have to be a chip shot with a lot of things going right. 3rd down 3, Dembski will roll out, looks for a pass underneath, got Hewitt, complete to the 10, the 5, touchdown!
Dembski's pass complete to
Oh boy,
for the touchdown.
the lead is 7, looking for 8. What a comeback that actually started with a good bit of fortune late in the first half. Lehman goes 66 yards in 10 plays. Sager for the point after touchdown that would be an 8-point lead. Well, I got one thing right. I had a number of people ask me the last couple days what kind of a game I expected tonight, and I said a dogfight.
It's been a dandy.
Yes,
it's
it
not
has.
over yet.
No. We know that. Dembski to hold. Ball's down. The kick is up. He got a bunch of that one, and it's perfect. That is a very big lead of 8 points, meaning North College Hill would need 6 plus 2 to tie it. We have under 7 minutes to play in the ball game. So the Cavaliers in this half, 6 plays, 39 yards, and 66 yards in 10 plays. Just before halftime, it was the Sager interception and the extra point kick that got through. So I think the way you cut that is, that's 21 unanswered points, Mike.
Exactly, Dave. Going to make that point to you of 21 answered points by the Cavaliers, and started with 12.9 seconds left before halftime on the Sager interception for a touchdown from 45 yards out. And then Hewitt has scored twice here, once on a run, and this time out of the backfield. He's been a favorite receiver that way, slipping out of the backfield, breaking a tackle to 10 and going in from 24.
Lehman's most ineffective possession of this half, Mike, still yielded 2 first downs.
Yeah, but that one, they actually could have scored another touchdown if they hadn't had just a bit of a miscue on the throw. But now, you know, North College Hill, let's see, they're tested 11-1 after losing their opener in 11 in a row. They're faced with the aspect they've got to go the distance and score 2 on the extra point.
Lehman by 8 for the regional title and a berth in the state semis. Sager got under this one. It'll be picked up by Snow, brought forward, takes a couple of pretty good pops out at the 29-yard line, goes down there. Shackner, Elko,
Returned by Daryl Snow.
and also 60, Troy Colhorst.
First and 10, North College Hill from the 28.
And while we're at it, credit 46, Lee Nickel. A lot of people got in on that special teams play.
Well, 3 possessions in the second half for North College Hill resulted in 3 punts. Really can't afford another punt here.
This time they go from the 29 with 6:49 to play. Crunch time is here. See if they try to put it up at this juncture. Now they'll give it to Donnie Johnson, second man, Barhorst, Badgett, and down. After a pickup of 4.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Elko also on the play for Lehman. There will be a gain of 4, second down, 6 yards to go. No, yep, for the Trojans.
Although you can't blame the guy. Lehman's had the ball a lot this second
Well,
half.
he's developed some habits, that's true. At the time of the snap, there will be about 6:15 to play. Lehman leads it 34-26. 34 achieved with a couple of field goals that are looming large. There's the bomb to Snow. Henson back to defend. Henson pretty much was there. Snow had to adjust to the football. Wasn't quite able to haul it in. We'll go to 3rd down 6.
Henson, though, stepped inside, and only hope was maybe he distracted the receiver because there was nobody back to help with Henson on that play. Now, Dave Johnson, you know, just 4 carries here in the second half. And of course, part of that's they haven't had the ball very much, but he carried the ball 13 times in that first half.
Now the North College Hill side as well as the Lehman side exhorting their troops. 3rd down 6, Tribble. Hands it off to Johnson, tries to cut it back in. Breaks a couple, won't get away from the 3rd. Nice job. One hand A.J. Judy, that's being ruled down. I'm not quite so sure when that popped out of there.
Boy, as slow as they've been on the whistles all night, but
right.
You know, nevertheless, it's going to face 4th down and long, almost 4th and 10.
Yep.
They're going to have to punt the ball away with 5:40 and counting.
Yep. This will be 4th down 8 with the loss of 2. Lehman should get very good field position out of this. See if he could kick one end over end.
Here's one day where I say don't worry about catching the ball. Just let it roll.
Well, that depends.
There's nothing to be
No,
gained.
this is out of bounds.
Yeah.
I'm saying if nobody's around
Right.
and you've got a clean pop at it for about 10 yards,
Yeah,
do it.
right, obviously, yeah.
This made it a moot point.
Yeah.
Where it is 1st and 10.
No, right now, your point is correct. You err on the side of safety.
Right. There's nothing to be gained by running up and trying to make a shoestring catch of anything. But Lehman's got the ball, and the way their offense is going, North College Hill is going to need to make a big play or cause a turnover to get this turned around. They're down 34-26. Lehman looking to run the clock.
Yep. And if Lehman gets down to score, that will pretty well take care of the issue. And here's where a field goal could be important.
Absolutely.
If they would get stalled, which we do not anticipate. This is Badgett straight ahead, taking them with him midfield, and several more yards close to a 1st down. Stop made by Rollins. Oh boy, he wouldn't take no for an answer. Ended up picking up, we'll call it 9.
21 carries, 12 in the second half for Badgett. He's now at 107 yards unofficially.
Hip pad popping out for one of the North College Hill players. He'll be replaced. Landon Norman will exit.
It's one of those cases, again, Dave, we've seen Lehman do this. They'll use the clock. You'll see Dembski come to the line of scrimmage, and he's looking to the sideline to get the go.
And he's getting it from Bill Zimmerman at the top of your screen. You saw Zimmerman bring his hand down at midfield. Dembski might have missed connections on that and just decided to eat the football. That's a good idea in that circumstance.
Right.
They just did not make the connection. So what was 2nd and 1 will now become 3rd down and 4. Football at midfield. Clock continuing to move. Time of the snap, we should have about 3:40.
We'll tell you, everybody has all their timeouts. 3 timeouts left for North College Hill. No one's used any timeouts here.
Signaling out to Dembski to snap the football. Nickel goes in motion. They'll bring it back this way for nothing.
Now blow the whistle.
Yeah, that's right. That thing isn't going anywhere. Whaley at the bottom of that group, along with Gardner.
That's a big series. And Lehman, after a good gain initially on the first play,
Yep.
They're stopped, and now North College Hill, I believe, may call timeout.
They will do it with 3 minutes and 21 seconds to play. The Cavaliers, with a slight loss there, will look at 4th down and 5. As we will use the opportunity to salute more of our sponsors. Emerson Wagner Realty, Errol Browd and Vance Stewart of Edward Jones and Company, Area Energy and Electric with Verizon Wireless, North Dixie drive-through carryout, Spot Restaurant and Catering, Heinfeld Insurance Agency and their spokesman Archie Griffin, First Star Bank, Dickman Supply Company of Sidney, Greenville, and Salina, Sidney Shelby County YMCA, Doctors Urbank, Boslett, and Justice of Sidney Family Medicine, Shelby County Collectibles, Mark Knupp Muffler and Tire in Piqua, Tooling Technology of Fort Loramie, Ratterman Custom Home Builders, Shelby Landscaping, and Salmon Electric.
Well, if Lehman can get this punt off, it'll force North College Hill to drive about 80 yards to get a chance to tie the football game up. The big key here is to get the football off, and this will be Lehman's 2nd punt of the night, the first here in the second half.
Well, they're not even going to drop anybody deep. North College Hill with 8 on the line. Dembski's kick. Snow will let it go, and what a bounce for Lehman, 15. 12-yard line. Mike, your assertion the 20 would have been fine. This is even better by 8 yards.
38-yard kick and no return, and that time they shouldn't have let the ball hit. Should have caught the ball, and that would have put him in.
He backed away from it when they got to make something happen. And it was hanging up enough that in that circumstance, I believe you'd want to catch it.
Well, Lehman's defense going to be asked one more time here in the second half to turn back North College Hill. Dave, I would not bet anybody any money that Lehman would shut out North College Hill second half. It's unbelievable. Great defense.
1 first down.
Yeah.
That's the extent of it. Tribble probably throwing here. He's straight back, and both backs stay in. Tribble takes off, tries to come up the middle, and didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. A.J. Judy makes that play for Lehman.